I've seen cases of people come to me and say they don't have money for business, and I see the phone that they use, and the phone is iPhone that you can buy for 2 million naira. There is a saying that says your net worth is your network. How do you network? Financial literacy does not come essentially from the four walls of the university, even if you go and study finance. Good afternoon, everyone watching me today on this platform. My name again is Lekan Abioye. Every week I bring to you things that has to do with financial freedom and how you can match forward as far as your finances are concerned. Whether you are a career person or you are an entrepreneur or a budding entrepreneur, even if you are a young graduate but you are coming into the world to start life. And that is why we are here. So today I want to be talking to you on why is it that university graduates from Nigeria, after their graduation, after they left university, they still struggle. They are still poor, even after so many years of leaving the university. These are the things that I want to talk about today. And there are 10 points that I want to share with you. And I want you to join me, listen attentively. And I know that after this presentation, you will take step out of this particular scenario. But I will quickly give you a story. I will share a story with you. And that story is not any other story than my story. I finished from university about 30 years ago. And when I finished, there was no job. So what we are experiencing in Nigeria today has been there for so many years. Even this yesterday, I was with a friend of mine who, as at 1990, was a chartered accountant. And he never got a job until 2003. 13 years after. We have all been there. But the choices that we all made the difference. And the choices that we made is part of the things I want to share with you today. So many years ago, 1997, I made a choice and I said, if no one in Nigeria is creating jobs, and if I cannot lay my hands on employment from any reliable organization, what will come of me in 5 years down the line? Does it mean that I'm not going to get married? Does it mean I'm not going to have a family? Does it mean that I will not be able to live well and feed myself? I ask myself those questions. And thank God also that I have mentors who could speak truth to my heart. And I took that step. And that was the beginning of my journey into entrepreneurship. Today, even the companies that I started, they have done well within the economy of Nigeria. My advertising business have over the years compete with other big agencies. And we have won accounts. My other business thriving. I moved from being a business owner to becoming an investor. Today, I rest on my assets and I am doing well without struggle. I could attend to a lot of things. I have freedom in terms of my time. I am in control of my time. I took that decision in 1997, and this is 2025. It has paid off. This has brought me into the committee of great people in this country, Nigeria. It has made me names. It has brought wealth my way. It has brought me into connections, meeting with leaders across different strata of the economy, even political leaders. Why? Because I took those steps many years ago. Now, the same step that I took, I want to share with you. So that from today, you will no longer remain poor. You will no longer remain at the same spot. And at the end of this year, people can ask you, what have you done? How have you made it? Number one, lack of marketable skills. A lot of university graduates does not have marketable skills. You went to the university, everything learned were basically theory. Very little practical. And when you are out of school, you don't have places to demonstrate those theories for you to acquire skills. Now, a smart Nigerian graduate will go and look for skills that can make him to be marketable. Your skills are the things that will make you to be marketable. Your talent can prepare you, but your skill will sharpen your talent and you become marketable. If you are a Nigerian graduate today and you don't have skills, there are a lot of skills. Digital skill, writing skill, presentation skill, technology skill, so many skills. Social media skills. And you are not able to have skill that you can market, then you are going to wait for so long. And I've looked at it. This is one of the things that are killing Nigerian university graduates. Very few were able to say, no, I cannot sit down like this. Let me go and learn a trade. Let me go and learn fashion making. Let me go and learn clothing. Let me go and learn other things that are skills based, so that you have access to enter into the market and begin to earn a return from the skills that you have developed with. So it is very, very crucial at this point in our nation. If you want to be among those formal economy, you want to be among those people that will make Nigeria to be wealthy and to be rich among every other committee of nation, you need to stand up right away and say, by tomorrow, I'm going out to acquire this particular skill so that I can become marketable. Number two, it is not your fault, and neither is it my fault or the fault of the government to an extent for high level of unemployment. Let me tell you where the government of our nation has failed. They have failed in giving us the right leadership, and they have failed in providing the necessary infrastructure for jobs to be created. Jobs are being created by the private sector in all LD economies. So even you that you are unemployed today, when you sharpen your skill and you've become marketable, you can create jobs the same way I did almost 30 years ago. You can create employment. You can imagine today, if 10 million university graduates in Nigeria decided to earn skills, and then they start creating jobs, you are able to hire 2 people. Somebody is able to hire 5. Somebody is able to hire 10 over the space of 2 years to 10 years. Do you know that there will never be any unemployment again in Nigeria? So our total reliance on the government is an issue, and it's an issue of mindset, poverty kind of mindset, which of course must leave every one of us for us to have a better nation tomorrow. But I'm particular today about you, not even about Nigeria as a whole, but you that you are watching me, that you need to leave that level of unemployment. You have to leave that level of joblessness, and don't only think and hope that some people somewhere or the government is going to provide you with that job opportunity. So you are poor today because there is high level of unemployment, but you can create one for yourself. Number 3, lack of financial education. A lot of Nigerian graduates, after so many years of living the 4 walls of the university, they lack financial education. Now, financial literacy does not come essentially from the 4 walls of the university. Even if you go and study finance, it is quite different. We are talking about money. There are a lot of finance professors who are poor. So many. You have poor professors. We have poor doctors. It is one thing to have the theoretical knowledge. It is another thing for you to be able to transform that theoretical knowledge into practical and make something out of it. And that is what I've come to share with you today. You must start your journey into financial education right now, because without it, there is no future. Without it, no matter what you make is going to fly away. Just as the dream that you dreamt in the night, it will fly away. So your financial education is key to you leaving the position of poverty and become somebody that will be so proud of himself or herself tomorrow. Number 4, over-reliance on certificates. I've never seen a nation like Nigeria that loves certificates. Even I that I'm seated here with you, I'm also guilty of that. But the difference is that I do not fold my hands waiting for somebody to help me or waiting for government to help me. I help myself by the grace of God and by access to information that I was able to get on time. So Nigerians, wake up. Nigerian graduates, wake up. Wake up from your sleep. You are too dependent on certificates. People trade skills now. People trade talent now. See what is happening in Nigerian music industry. Nigerian music industry today can stand shoulder to shoulder with every other ones in any part of the world. These last few weeks, we had Nigerians that won Grammy Awards. I'm so proud of such people. Out of nothing, we began to create something. Look at the movie industry. Now the creative, the content industry is also growing at an alarming rate. Stop dependency on certificates. Your certificate can give you some self-confidence, some, you want to share that, okay, you've been to this university, you sat with so professor. But outside of that, what else? What you make out of your certificate is what matters the most. Or what you do for yourself, even outside of certificate, matters a lot. And that is why I'm imploring you today that your over-reliance on certificates should stop. Go and put your energy to work. Go and let your brain sweat. Go and make your body to exercise and sweat. And you will discover that you will never be among the poor university graduates coming out of Nigeria anymore. Number 4, poor mindset towards entrepreneurship. So many people are afraid to even step out to start something. You believe that when you go to school, you just need to get a job somewhere. And that is what is killing even the economy. In the US and advanced nations of the world, the small, micro, medium scale enterprise employs over 80% of the population. In America alone, we have over 20 million small and medium scale businesses. And those are the businesses that employs people. And then they build such wealth with almost next to nothing to becoming multi-billionaire industries. So one of the things that even the small and medium scale businesses in Nigeria need to also learn is how to structure businesses very well and how to scale. And I think this is one of the areas I want to sit down with people with small and medium scale businesses on how to structure, creating structure and process and system that even your business will be running while you are not there. To the glory of God, today I have business that runs without me being there. What I just get in my phone, I just get alerts without being there. Because a structure and a system and a process has been established. And this is among those things that we need. So today, I want to say that all those that have poor mindset towards entrepreneurship, there is nothing to fear there. So you must know that you are among those people who can learn to become entrepreneurs. Now, a lot of people say that, yes, there is entrepreneurial DNA in some people. Yes, I agree. But also, there is nothing that an entrepreneur is doing that can never be learned. You can learn it. You can learn the art of marketing. You can learn sales. You can learn presentation. You can learn management. You can learn buying and selling. You can learn international trade. You can learn budgeting. You can learn accounting. And by the time your business is growing, you begin to have different people in different departments, and then you continue to grow your business. So the poor mindset towards entrepreneurship is one of the cardinal reasons why Nigerian university graduates remain poor after their university education. Number 6, bad spending and debt habits. I have seen this happen a lot of times. People that are just having little money, and then thank God it's Friday, you see them spending, overspending. No savings. No plan to invest. As the money is coming in, then the money is going out. You need to inculcate a new set of habits, and the kind of habits that can take you away from being a poor person to becoming a rich person. So stop your bad spending habits and stop all these bad debts that you find yourself entangled with, because you are not contented, because you are not thinking about the future. You only live in the now. It is those people that live in the now that have that poor habit of spending, and then they enter into bad debts, especially for things that they don't need, but they just want to satisfy the curiosity of their want or the urge for them to continue to buy and buy and buy. I've seen cases of people who come to me and say they don't have money for business, and I see the phone that they use, and the phone is iPhone that you can buy for 2 million naira. That you can buy for 1 million naira. How will you have no job? How will you be that you don't have financial freedom? How is it that you are not in financial independency and you carry phone that's worth millions in your hand, and then you are crying that you don't have 200,000 to start a business? You don't know that what you have in your hand can even turn your destiny and your story around. And that is what I've come to share with you today, that stop that bad habit of spending and don't enter into bad debts so that you can free yourself and free your generation. Number 7, lack of networking and connection. I've seen this happen so many times because your circle of influence is actually the circle of those that you relate with. And when you lack the proper networking and you lack proper people that you connect yourself with, it's also going to make you to stay poor, even if you are a graduate. Look out for quality people. Look out for quality friendship. And friendship is by choice. It's not by force. Where do you want to see yourself? It determines who and who you want to network with. So many years ago, I found myself somewhere because of the fact that I was curious to become somebody that is successful in life. And then when I was having my first office, I had my first office in this Lagos on Adeni Jones in Ikeja so many years ago. And I was living at a remote part of Lagos. And some of my friends said, Lekon, what are you doing here? This place are for those people who are established, who have already made it. But I said, the mindset that I have is a global mindset. The mindset that I have is not a local mindset. Now, somebody left a university 5 years ago, and then you know that a university will always have an alumni association, for example, and you refuse to join your alumni association. Even probably you had your secondary school alumni association and then you refuse to join. You are saying, I don't even know what they'll be doing there. But there are a lot of networking that is going on. See, there is a saying that says your net worth is your network. How do you network? Now, networking does not really mean that you need to probably leave a particular location to another location. Technology has actually made everything very easy now. You can actually be in Lagos, Nigeria, and be networking with somebody in Las Vegas. You can be in Abuja and be networking with somebody in Singapore. You can be in Singapore and be networking with somebody at UAE. And one of the things that I have done over the years to help build that network and to connect very well is at times you just need to call for lunch, to call for meeting. You hang out, you go out and meet people that you want within your cycle. At first, it might look probably difficult, but it's not difficult. Most of us, when we go out, we only go out to go and drink and then dance and you leave the place. You don't go to present yourself and say, this is who I am. This is Lekan Abioye. Nice meeting you. This is what I do. This is what I'm trying to do. And then hope you are enjoying what is going on here and everything. I would like to meet you and I would like to know you more. So many youth of nowadays, they are actually even using the social media network for nothing of value. They don't use it for something of value. And even on your social media platform, you can network and network meaningfully. So you remain poor because you lack that affinity to network. And the word that we have now is not meant for introverts. So you need to connect. You need to go to places that matters. Some years back, I was invited to a particular place for a meeting, on Victoria Island. It was on a weekend. And on getting to this particular place, I don't want to mention the name of that place. And I discovered that the calibers of vehicles, automobiles that I saw at the park were massive, were solid. And I said, no, this place, high net worth are the ones there. This is one of the places that I need to hang out once in a while. Well, I went in, I did my meeting. Most of the guys there, even the guy that I went to have the meeting with was actually, a white guy. We had our meeting and everything. We heard, and from there, connected me with some of his friends and we discussed our business and everything. And what did I do? On getting home, I told my firstborn, I said, son, there is a place that I'm going to take you to. And we'll be looking at going there at least once in a while, maybe once in a month, to go and hang out and meet with people. And we can't be within that circle and not connect to meaningful people. So how many of our university graduates are doing that now? I've mentioned to you your alumni is there. I've mentioned to you even your social, clubs is there. I've told you, go to places, meet people. You can even go to a good place and sit down and then order for just a bottle of water. Sitting down and then in 2-3 times you've repeated that place, 1 or 2 faces must have been able to say, yes, I've met these guys before. And then what do? Introduce yourself. And then you're on your way, because ideas will be shared, opportunities will be shared. And from there, you can pick one thing that will change your life forever. So don't just stay at a spot. Keep on moving, keep on networking, and keep on connecting. Number 8, I want to talk about the economic instability and the poor governance, policies that we have in our nation. It has also made people to be poor. We cannot shy away from that. The economy that is unstable, poor policies of the government, yes, it's also made people to be poor. But then, I believe, sincerely, we are even the leaders. And you and I are the leaders also of tomorrow. And it is also an opportunity for us to actually know who are we electing into position of leadership in our nation. It's high time we leave that point whereby what they do for us is to buy us during election. 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira. And that is the resultant effect of what we are seeing today. So when you have bad leaders, or when you have corrupt leaders, or when the governance is not what is, developing the people, the nation is not also developing, and then we continue to see that our infrastructure is affected, a whole lot of things are affected because we don't have competent hands, because our process of choosing our leaders, they are not the best for us. So today, it's also an opportunity for us to think that if we don't want to remain poor after graduating from university of many years, then we must be able to come together and see how we can have the right leaders. And leadership does not also start from Abuja. It does not start from Aso Rock. It starts from even our immediate domain. It starts from the family. It starts from how we carry ourselves, such that when the time of election is come and we need to choose leaders at our ward level, at the local government level, at the state level, at the national level, we are able to get people that are visionary, not people that are hungry, not people that are looking for government as the source of income. Government place is not a place where people go and aggrandize wealth to themselves. No, it's a place of service. When you serve, there is a reward, but the reward is not stealing and it's not corruption. The reward is when you are able to print your name on the shore of the nation, saying that you are among those people that change the trajectory of a nation. You are among those people who are builders, because our own children will also be benefactors and beneficiary of all this development. So it is high time that our leaders also brace up to give us good policies. But one of the things I'm trying to share here is that you also have a responsibility, and you don't rely only on government alone. Because when you look at all these things I've been talking about here, it's just at the point that I mentioned government, bad policies, and then the economic instability that comes our way. But a lot of things actually dependent on us, and we can make a whole lot of change, even at that level. Number 9, dependence on family support. A lot of people depends on uncles, aunties, families. That dependency does not make them to move forward. And if you want to be somebody that is independent, somebody that is free, somebody that wants to fulfill the potential that you have, you must be able to get out of that connect, whereby you are being looked at as still being a kid, still being a baby, still be mommy's boy or daddy's boy or daddy's girl. You need to go out there and make it happen. So it's no longer about it is my uncle that need to help me, it is daddy that need to do this, it is mommy that need to do this, it is auntie that need to do this. It is about you discovering yourself and say this is what you want to do for yourself and that you can be proud of. So most of the graduates of today, you see some of them, with their parents. I remember very, very well, before I graduated from the university, it was when I was at 300 level that I went home last to collect money, whether for tuition or for feeding or anything. What do? I will travel to Ibadan to meet my uncle. He will give me some things and I will do business. I will come to Lagos, I will do business. I will buy all the things that I need and then I go back to school. I remember very well when I finished my first degree and then I had to go for NYSC in Abia State. I happened to be one of the best youth corps in Abia State during the military administration. And I knew what happened. I was offered automatic employment in Abia State. So these are things that we must imbibe. These are things that changed my own life, and that is what I'm also discussing with you here today, that you need to do something about this and then free yourself from being dependent on family support and go and create what will support you out there. The opportunities are endless and you can do it. And lastly, when you don't have long-term financial planning, it's also going to affect and it will keep you in that poor position. So one of the things you are going to do today is to sit down and go and have a long-term financial plan. And if you don't know how to have or create a long-term financial plan, I want you to DM me, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to offer this for you for free. And I can as well give to you a template through which you can have a long-term financial plan for yourself, and you begin to mark it as you are moving up the ladder. And that is how you are going to be out of those group of Nigerian university graduates that still remain poor after so many years of leaving the university. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you subscribe to my channel, wealthcraftco. We have been talking to people about finance, about money, about investment, about business, strategy, management, and what have you. And principally, I'm doing this to move people out of poverty and to create a wealthy nation using the capacity that you and I have and the potential that we have as humans. Thank you very much. My name remains Lekan Abioye. Bye for now.